Hello, my loves. I'm Ellie Frost, and I help people rapidly and radically heal and transform during and after narcissistic abuse. And this video is about why we keep the secrets, right, for the people that hurt us. So I know as a child, I was brought up by narcissists. I grew up in a very abusive household. And I would never admit what was going on. There's a couple of reasons why we do this. One is, right, we've been manipulated by the narcissist. So we're in the shared fantasy. And my shared fantasy was, there's a couple of things. But the shared fantasy was that I had a happy life. I had a happy home life. I wanted to believe that, right? And my parents would tell me that, but then they would do very, very abusive things. So I was still plugged into the shared fantasy. This happens to a lot of abuse victims, right? It's partly caused by cognitive dissonance. The brain can't hold on to two opposing ideas, which is my parents love me, my parents abuse me. So it chooses the one it wants to believe that is easier for it to accept. It was easier for me to try and convince myself that everything they did was from love, and, you know, it was, they still loved me no matter what. And, like, you know, to buy into this illusion, and they were manipulating me to try and believe that. So rather than accept the truth, I couldn't accept the truth. I wasn't emotionally strong or ready, actually, for a lot of years to really face what I'd been through. So there's cognitive dissonance, there's the shared fantasy. The other thing that a lot of abuse victims go through, which I went through as well, is we have a lot of, like, protective, we want to protect our abusers, right? That's part of the trauma bond. We form such a strong bond with them because of the highs and lows and the chemical reaction that happens when they're, like, love bombing us, then abusing us, love bombing us, then abusing us, that we feel like a lot of, like, a strong, like, sense of love and a strong sense of protection for our abusers. So I wanted to protect my parents. I didn't want, you know, I just wanted to protect them. I felt a strong sense of obligation to do that. Another thing for me personally was I was brought up religious. So, you know, I was told, honour your mother and father. So ever speaking out against them seemed wrong to me, even to a therapist. I wouldn't go to therapy till I got to about 30. I wouldn't admit it because I thought I was dishonouring them. That's not true, by the way, right? We can't dishonour ourselves in this. So speaking it felt like I was betraying them, when of course the whole time they've been betraying me. These are just some of the reasons why we keep the secrets for people that abuse us. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Lots of love. I'll speak to you soon.